Well, it feels good. You know, there's a huge amount of planning and effort that went into this trip, and it's cool to finally be here on the ground. We're going up to Ballarat first, which is one of the first places mining started in Australia.
The city of Ballarat forms part of the legendary Golden Triangle, where the first major gold rush began and the world's largest nuggets have been found. Parker's meeting up with the rest of the team at the Ballarat Gold Museum.
So we're taking a different approach this season. We haven't had much success in the last few years, so there's about 500 ounces of gold in this museum, and we're just scouting it right now. We're gonna rob this joint. In the last couple of years, we've had some amazing adventures and found no opportunities, and I think now we've got a real chance at both. Look at those. Man. I think I hear Fred's voice.
Yeah, I heard him.
I thought I heard some Fred noises.
Parker.
Fred.
How you doing?
Hi, Tyler.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good.
Is this your museum?
This is.
Do you have beers for us? This is the best museum I've ever been to.
So, this is pretty much a gold hub, huh?
400 tons of gold has come out of Ballarat alone. You know, not 2 kilometres down the road is where they found the Welcome Nugget, which is the second biggest nugget.
So it's like
ever
over
found.
2,000 ounces.
Absolutely.
There's a hell of a lot of gold in the ground in Australia. A lot more than in Alaska, a lot more than in the Yukon. That's for sure.
The scientists are telling us there's still $215 billion worth of gold to be found in Australia. There is still plenty of gold to be found. There's a beautiful piece of
That is perfect.
Came out of the ground looking just like that.
just like that.
It really is crazy that those are still out there and still being found, and we could find some. I'm glad we're here. Nice to see you guys.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle.
Parker plans to travel 6,000 miles following Australia's historic Gold Rush Trail. Starting with the rush to Victoria's goldfields in 1851, Parker's team will then travel north to Palmer River, where in 1873, prospectors found over 1 million ounces of gold. Next, the Kimberley's gold fields, where heat and thirst killed hundreds of prospectors in the 1885 rush. From here, Parker will venture further into Western Australia, ending the trail at Kalgoorlie, site of the 1893 gold rush, and the richest mile of ground still being mined.
Parker's very interested in anything mining, anything historical, I think. Hopefully, as we're travelling and talking, we get to know Parker and build up trust. I don't care where miners are in the world, it's all about trust.
The Fitzgeralds own 600 acres of land in the heart of the Palmer goldfields. The ground is so rich, it became the center of the region's 1873 gold rush. Old-time miners pulled out 1 million ounces of gold worth $1.5 billion in today's money.
God, look at that. That's something else up there, Jack, isn't it?
Yeah, beautiful, isn't it?
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, that's an old boiler. That used to drive it.
I've never actually seen one of these in person.
And how do they get it in here on a horse and cart, eh?
No kidding.
It's unbelievable.
That is unthinkable, isn't it?
And so this would be for hard rock. With these stamp mills, you know, the gold's in the rock.
And then that's the crusher there, is it?
Yeah, these are the stamps that come down and crush the rock into fine powder.
Old-timers used steam-powered stamp batteries to crush large pieces of gold-rich rock. The battery would act like a mortar and pestle, turning rock to powder so miners could extract the gold.
This is nuts. I've never been anywhere with this kind of history, and especially not with people that know it so well. I bet people in here died by the dozen. It's just brutal. See those pieces of steel in there? They would have water running through them, and they'd have a big fire burning in there and make steam. Like super simple. Steam would go up into there and over and power the motor.
That's exactly right. You're onto it.
These 3 iron boilers powered a stamp battery in the original Palmer Goldfields mining operation. They were hauled in by the old-time miners on horse and cart in 1874.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it is. It is
Such a
unbelievable.
cool
It's
place.
beautiful, eh? It is doubtful if any of these 19th century reef mining companies ever made a profit.
In that time, they were coming out of areas like Colorado,
That's
Victoria,
Victoria.
California, where
Yeah.
the hard rock or the reef mining would have been super successful. So
Yes.
they came up here, saw how much alluvial gold there was, and just poured the money into the hard rock,
Yeah.
thinking that it was going to be the main producer, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I reckon you'd be right.
I don't know that a lot of people understand all the significance of all this. You've got to be a miner, and here you are coming from over there, and yet you understand the mining side of all this and the relevance, the importance of it.
Right. My grandpa would have loved this. Just unreal.
The McLaren's leases are located in one of the driest places on Earth. With only 5 inches of rainfall a year, the family operates Western Australia's biggest dry blower, worth $500,000. It's designed to remove fine gold from pay dirt without a drop of water.
Look at that.
Oh, what? That's enormous.
That's huge.
Biggest by far in the area. Yeah.
The first dry blower was invented by prospector Stephen Lorden in 1893. It revolutionized mining in the drought-ravaged regions of Western Australia.
This cobblestone, this is how it was back in the 1800s.
When Parker toured the Fitzgerald's property, he walked through the remains of Maytown, capital of Palmer Goldfields, from 1874.
You know, they had a town hall here. They had 4 or 5 banks too. You know, the Prince of Wales Hotel, it was here.
There were 30 businesses exchanging goods for gold.
Yeah, this is the printing office.
What would they have been printing?
Oh, they had their own newspaper. A lot of things happened here, eh?
By 1945, after the gold rush, Maytown shut down.
It's really interesting. A huge amount of history, huh?
Oh, yeah. And it's sad to think that most Australians don't even know about it.
No, they don't know about it.
I'm Tyler Marnie from Gold Rush Parkers Trail and you're watching Discovery. Hit subscribe now to avoid missing out on the latest content. Thanks guys.